I understand that you consider yourself a good person, but it's crucial to recognize that not everyone shares that same quality. We often want to believe in a solution for the challenges of the world and nurture a sense of hope in humanity. However, if we're not vigilant, we might find ourselves hurt. Unfortunately, there are many self-centered individuals out there, and occasionally they will intersect with our lives. It's essential to be aware of the signs and avoid such people. You might have encountered someone who is genuinely selfish, who disregards others' feelings without a second thought and exploits their weaknesses. Sometimes these behaviors are so nuanced that we may not even realize we are interacting with a self-centered person. Let's discuss the signs that indicate you're in the presence of such an individual. Some individuals will consistently attempt to make you feel guilty about certain situations or feign friendship in your presence while speaking ill of you behind your back. It's vital to prepare yourself because sometimes external individuals will disrupt your peace, but at times this behavior might even come from those within your own family. While family is undoubtedly a blessing, it's unfortunate that some people may lean toward a more self-serving version of themselves. In today's video, I'll outline 10 signs that indicate you are dealing with a selfish person and what steps you can take when these individuals enter your life. Before we jump into the first sign, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy gaining insights about life's wisdom. If you can, consider this. People often want to see you succeed, but not to the extent that you surpass them. This is a profound truth. Now let's move on to the first sign. Number 1. Constant self-promotion. Self-centered individuals often derive satisfaction from showcasing themselves at the expense of others. If you notice someone who seems to thrive on seeking validation, such as boasting or smiling about their achievements while disregarding your struggles, that is a clear indication you're dealing with a selfish person. This behavior reflects a profound lack of empathy and can foster negative situations created by them purely for their own benefit. Consider a coworker who, instead of offering assistance when you're overwhelmed, brags about their own successes. Or think of a friend who, upon hearing about your personal challenges, redirects the conversation to focus on their own problems rather than offering genuine support. These actions are not just inconsiderate, they reveal a self-serving nature. Such individuals may even instigate situations that draw attention to themselves, enjoying the spotlight at the cost of others. They may also engage in gossip and stir up conflict to witness the reactions and revel in the drama they've created. It's crucial to identify these behaviors early on and distance yourself from those who display such self-centered traits to safeguard your own emotional health and well-being. Number 2. Lack of empathy. Self-centered people often exhibit controlling tendencies. They may feel uneasy and powerless if they cannot manage every detail of their own lives and the lives of those around them. They will go to great lengths to ensure that situations align with their desires, often disregarding the needs or feelings of others. Consider that boss who insists on scrutinizing every aspect of your work, not out of a desire to assist, but because they require complete dominion over the process. Similarly, there's that friend who consistently chooses where you go, what you do, and with whom, without ever taking other people's views into account. This behavior reveals an unhealthy preoccupation with control that can feel stifling. These individuals might also manipulate circumstances to sustain their control, establishing rigid rules or resorting to emotional pressure. A common scenario is a partner who incessantly tracks your whereabouts and conversations, not from genuine concern, but from a desire to dominate your life. This need for control can be not only bothersome, but potentially harmful. Such individuals might exploit their influence to undermine others. Identifying these tendencies and setting firm boundaries is vital for safeguarding your independence and emotional health. If you observe someone attempting to govern every facet of your existence, it's crucial to take measures to create distance and reclaim your autonomy. Number 3, always making it about themselves. One of the most apparent signs that you're encountering a self-centered person is the feeling that conversations consistently revolve around them. You might notice a sense of fatigue, unease, or distraction when they're present. This may serve as your intuition, signaling that something feels off. Think about a family gathering where everyone is enjoying each other's company, yet there's one individual who consistently derails conversations to focus on their own experiences, leaving you feeling tense and out of place. Even if they aren't directly targeting you, their tendency to dominate interactions can evoke an uncomfortable atmosphere. Take, for example, a co-worker who leaves you feeling drained or anxious every time they engage with you. You might struggle to articulate your discomfort, but your instincts are likely recognizing that something isn't quite right about the dynamic. Such feelings should not be overlooked. Our instincts are adept at picking up on cues that our conscious thoughts may miss. If you frequently experience discomfort in someone's presence, it serves as a signal that the person may be self-serving. Acknowledging these sensations and giving them weight can assist you in avoiding self-centered situations and preserving your sense of well-being. Number 4, inability to share. Self-centered individuals often refuse to take responsibility for their actions. They consistently shift blame onto others whenever difficulties arise and tend to adopt a victim mentality. Such individuals never acknowledge their mistakes and frequently expect you to apologize for them instead. Picture a coworker who makes an error on a significant project. Rather than owning up to the mistake, they swiftly direct the blame toward you or another team member, asserting that the responsibility lies with everyone but themselves. This behavior not only fosters a toxic work atmosphere, but also leads you to feel unfairly accused. Another illustration is a friend who repeatedly finds themselves in troublesome situations. Instead of recognizing that their choices contributed to those circumstances, they habitually place the blame on others. If they're late for a meeting, it's due to traffic or someone else's fault. When something goes awry in their life, they never consider their own actions, but always manage to find a way to point fingers at others and portray themselves as victims. These individuals are also skilled at making you feel guilty for their own shortcomings. They manipulate circumstances so that you end up apologizing for issues that are not even your responsibility. This can be emotionally exhausting and may gradually undermine your self-esteem. Recognizing these behaviors is essential for maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. People who fail to share accountability can draw you into a cycle of guilt and manipulation. Learning to identify and distance yourself from such individuals is vital for preserving your peace of mind. Number 5, disregard for others' time. Self-centered individuals often display a disregard for the time and commitments of those around them. They tend to prioritize their own convenience, often leading to disappointments for others. Picture a co-worker who frequently arrives late to meetings or fails to show up without notice, leaving the team in a lurch. Or consider a friend who continuously cancels plans at the last minute, consistently prioritizing their personal desires over shared commitments. These actions reflect not only a lack of consideration for your time, but also a broader self-serving attitude. Selfish individuals might also manipulate schedules to benefit themselves, such as promising to help with a project only to flake out when an opportunity for personal enjoyment arises. Although these instances may seem trivial at first glance, over time they can significantly damage trust and undermine relationships. If you notice someone chronically disregarding your time, even in seemingly small ways, it indicates a troubling lack of respect for you as a person. It's vital to recognize and address this behavior to foster healthy relationships. If you find yourself dealing with someone who is consistently unreliable, consider the influence they have on your life and whether maintaining a relationship with them is worthwhile. Respect for each other's time is a cornerstone of any meaningful connection, and selfish individuals simply cannot provide that fundamental respect. Number 6. Disregard for others' time. Selfish people often show an utter disregard for the value of others' time. They don't express guilt about the negative effects their behavior can have on those around them. When confronted about their self-serving actions, they typically manipulate the discussion to make you question your own perspective. For instance, imagine a colleague who consistently takes credit for your contributions. When you call them out, they demonstrate no regret. Instead, they may argue that you wouldn't have succeeded without their assistance or claim they were merely helping you shine. Such conduct illustrates a profound lack of empathy and accountability, revealing a deeply self-centered and self-serving nature. Another scenario involves a friend who frequently makes insensitive or cutting remarks. When you attempt to share how these comments impact you, they respond with laughter, suggesting that you're overreacting or imply that you are too sensitive. This kind of behavior not only showcases a disregard for others' feelings, but also aims to skew your perception of reality, leading you to question your emotions. These individuals excel at flipping the narrative. If you highlight a mistake or bring up hurtful behavior, they quickly position themselves as the victims, making you feel guilty for raising the issue in the first place. Such emotional manipulation is a clear indication that the person lacks genuine consideration for others and is primarily focused on safeguarding their own image. Recognizing this disregard for others' time is vital for protecting your emotional well-being. Individuals who lack guilt about inconveniencing others can easily repeat these detrimental behaviors, knowing they face no real repercussions. Identifying this characteristic and establishing clear boundaries is crucial for defending yourself and maintaining healthy relationships. If someone consistently displays a disregard for your time, it's wise to contemplate distancing yourself from them to safeguard your well-being. Number 7. Jealousy of others' success. Some self-centered people tend to act openly and exhibit jealousy. They can be aggressive, undercutting others with their words or actions, and take pleasure in others' achievements. Their lack of empathy and tendency to belittle others' accomplishments are defining traits of this kind of individual. Consider a co-worker who doesn't hesitate to make snide comments about your successes, pointing out your shortcomings instead of offering encouragement. They might ridicule your ideas during meetings, not for the sake of constructive input, but to undermine your confidence. This behavior not only dampens team spirit, but also fosters a toxic and discouraging workplace environment. Another example is a friend who makes belittling jokes about your personal accomplishments, fully aware that it affects you. They might tease you about something you were proud of, and upon seeing your disappointment, seem to revel in your discomfort. This lack of empathy and delight in others' struggles are clear indicators of a self-centered individual. These people can also exhibit aggressive tendencies, whether in their remarks or actions. A partner who frequently criticizes your achievements or undermines your efforts is displaying overt jealousy. The intention behind their behavior is to bring you down and assert control, reflecting a complete disregard for your dignity and success. Recognizing jealousy in another is crucial for safeguarding your emotional well-being. Individuals who are openly resentful of others' success show little consideration for their feelings and can inflict significant damage. It's vital to establish boundaries and distance yourself from such individuals to maintain your sense of safety and peace. If you're contending with jealousy, don't hesitate to seek support and take proactive measures to protect yourself. Number 8. Friends and family warnings about a self-centered individual's behavior. If your loved ones are advising you about someone's character, it's essential to take their concerns seriously. They may have observed self-serving and dismissive behaviors in the past. Ignore these signs at your peril. What happened to them could easily happen to you if you're not cautious. For instance, if you begin dating someone new and your closest friends and family voice their apprehensions, mentioning that this individual has a history of manipulation and disregard in previous relationships, it can be tough to accept such criticisms, particularly if you're emotionally involved. However, it is crucial to pay close attention to their concerns. Another scenario might arise when you join a new workplace and colleagues promptly caution you about a particular supervisor. They recount experiences of this supervisor frequently expressing frustration at subordinates, thus creating a tense and demotivating environment, all while avoiding responsibility for their own mistakes. These narratives aren't mere gossip. They serve as warnings based on real experiences that can prevent you from encountering distressing situations. Such alerts from your circle are invaluable as they stem from an external and impartial viewpoint. Your friends and family have your best interests in mind, with nothing to gain from misleading you. If multiple people share warnings about the same person, it's a strong indicator that you should proceed with caution. It's all too easy to dismiss or downplay these warnings, especially if the person in question is currently treating you well. Yet, acknowledging and reflecting on these concerns can save you considerable trouble in the future. If someone consistently demonstrates self-serving and dismissive behaviors, they are likely to repeat those actions with you as well. Take these warnings to heart and closely observe the individual's behavior. If you identify signs of manipulation, lack of empathy, or an unwillingness to share, consider distancing yourself before it becomes too challenging. Your friends and family may notice red flags that you, caught in the moment, might overlook. Trust their insights and safeguard yourself from possible harm. Number 9. Minimal effort in relationships. One of the most challenging forms of emotional strain caused by a self-centered person is their utter lack of investment in your well-being. These individuals may make you feel undervalued by consistently minimizing your achievements, interests, and aspirations. Do not allow their behavior to alter your perception of your worth. Consider a partner who habitually dismisses your efforts, pointing out what they perceive as shortcomings in your appearance or accomplishments, as if they were unpardonable flaws. They might remark, "You would be more appealing if," or "Why don't you put in more effort into your wardrobe?" Such comments are far from constructive. They are self-serving and intended to chip away at your self-confidence. An example includes a friend who incessantly ridicules your hobbies and goals, trivializing your passions and achievements as if they lack merit. They may mock your ambitions or scoff at your interests, causing you to feel foolish for chasing your dreams. This kind of disregard not only inflicts pain, but also leads to self-doubt regarding your abilities and aspirations. These individuals leverage their lack of engagement as a means of emotional manipulation, eroding your self-esteem, so you turn to them for affirmation and acceptance. They seek to mold your self-image to serve their own interests and desires, neglecting who you genuinely are. Don't allow these individuals to distort your self-image. You are inherently valuable and worthy of respect and consideration. If someone repeatedly shows indifference towards your feelings or achievements, it's a clear indication they do not care for your emotional health. Protect yourself by distancing from those who perpetually seek to undermine you, and instead pursue connections that foster your growth and happiness. Number 10. Neglect of animals. Neglecting animals is a clear indication of a self-centered individual. Such disregard for animals can reveal deeper issues in someone's character. If you are aware of someone who treats animals abusively or with neglect, it may be wise to distance yourself from that person. Picture a neighbor who consistently mistreats their dog, shouting at and physically harming it for little reason. These actions not only inflict pain on the animal, but also expose a significant lack of empathy and emotional regulation on the part of the abuser. This neglectful behavior might also spill over into other facets of that person's life. Another case is someone who keeps their pets in appalling living conditions, failing to provide adequate food, hygiene, or healthcare. Continuous neglect reflects a total indifference to the well-being and lives of the animals they claim to care for. Such actions warrant attention. Research indicates that neglect toward animals is often associated with aggressive behaviors toward humans as well. Recognizing these signs is crucial, and we must consider the implications of being around individuals with such traits. While it can be challenging to see clearly when we are influenced by friendship, affection, or respect for someone, our priority must be the safety and well-being of both the animals and ourselves. If you have concerns that someone might be neglecting animals, it's advisable to distance yourself and, when necessary, report the behavior to the relevant authorities to safeguard the animals and prevent future harm. If you are aware of additional signs of a selfish person that haven't been covered here, please share them in the comments. I'd be eager to hear your thoughts. If you've reached the conclusion, leave a comment saying, "Selflessness always wins over selfishness." If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more valuable content. Let's strive to be wiser together. Until next time.